In the quiet of the morning sky, on a road where tears and mercy lie, footsteps echo through the dust, carrying love, carrying us.
Every thorn and every scar show the world just who you are. Not a king on golden throne, but love that walks the road alone.
Every burden, every loss led you to the cross. This is the way of the cross, where mercy paid the cost, where hope was found in suffering, and grace in what seemed lost. Through the nails and through the flame, you bore our guilt and shame. On the way of the cross, you called us by name.
Falling down beneath the weight, still you chose a sinner's fate. Every lash and every cry was a love that would not pass us by.
Through the crowd that turned away, still forgiveness filled your gaze. Heaven's heart in human hands, salvation written in the sand. Every sorrow, every pain was never born in vain. This is the way of the cross, where mercy paid the cost, where hope was found in suffering, in grace in what seemed lost. Through the nails and through the flame, you bore our guilt and shame. On the way of the cross, you called us by name. Love poured out on Calvary's hill, silent strength, surrendered will. Darkness thought that it had won, till the stone was rolled and hope begun. From the grave a light broke through, making all things rise anew. This is the way of the cross, where death itself was crossed, where chains were shattered, hearts set free, and victory was won for me. Through the blood and through the loss came redemption's endless cause. Oh, the power of the cross, the beautiful cross. So let me walk that narrow road, deny myself, take up my hope, for in surrender life is found. At the cross, where love came down.
The song you just heard speaks about the way of the cross, a journey that changed history. But when we look closely, it was also a road journey, a difficult road, a road filled with dust, crowds, pain, and uncertainty. And in many ways, every traveler understands that kind of road, because travel is not always the beautiful pictures we see online. Sometimes the bus is late, sometimes the road is rough, sometimes the weather changes, sometimes the journey feels longer than we expected. Yet somehow, those difficult moments become the stories we remember the most. The journey of Jesus Christ toward the cross was not an easy walk. He carried a heavy cross through the streets of Jerusalem, surrounded by people who misunderstood him. Along the road, he stumbled and fell, and that reminds us of something important about every journey in life. Even when we fall, the journey does not end. Travel teaches us patience. You might miss a train, your vehicle might break down, your plans may collapse, but somehow the road still moves forward. There is also a moment on that road when someone unexpected helps carry the burden. A man named Simon of Cyrene stepped in to help. And if you think about it, that happens during travel too. A stranger helps with directions. Someone shares water. A local person guides you through a confusing road. Travel reminds us that human kindness still exists everywhere in the world. Another lesson from the way of the cross is perseverance. The road to Golgotha was not just about suffering, it was about purpose. And every traveler knows that feeling. When you climb a hill, hike a long trail, or walk a distant path, the destination feels meaningful because the journey was hard. Without the struggle, the destination would mean very little. The cross looked like the end of the story, but Christians believe it was the beginning of hope, because after the cross came resurrection. And maybe that is the greatest message for anyone walking their own road today. When travel becomes difficult, when life feels heavy, when the road seems uncertain, remember that some of the most meaningful destinations are reached only after the hardest journeys. So whether you are traveling across cities, across mountains, or simply across the path of your own life, remember the message of the way of the cross, a road of suffering that became a road of hope. And sometimes the most powerful journeys are not the ones measured in distance, but the ones measured in faith, endurance, and love. Thank you for walking this road with me today.
From dust we came, to dust we turn. Your holy word we now discern. In ash we trace the cross of grace, and seek, O Lord, your loving face.
We bow in prayer, confess our sin, create a clean and pure heart in, through fasting tears and humble plea, restore in us sincerity.
No empty show, no prideful art, but broken, contrite is our heart. O God of mercy, hear our cry, and teach us how to live and die.
As desert paths before us lie, with Christ we walk, with Him we die. Through 40 days of solemn grace, we journey toward your saving face.
An Easter dawn breaks bright and clear, your resurrection light draws near. From dust to glory, hope we see, in Christ our life eternally.
silence of my troubled heart, where fears and failures tie me apart. Gentle mother full of grace, I seek the light of your embrace. Threads of sorrow, doubt and pain, tangled tight like heavy chains. With patient hands and mercy's touch, you loosen what I fear so much. Mother who unties the knots, bring peace into these fragile thoughts. With tender love and guiding light, turn my darkness into bright. Mary, hear my pleading cries, lift my burdens to the skies. Mother of hope, I trust in you. Undo the knots and make me new. When pride and anger twist my soul, when broken dreams take their toll, you stand beside me, calm and near, whispering faith instead of fear. Every ribbon of regret, every tear I can't forget, you carry to your Son above, and wrap my wounds in healing love. Mother who untees the knots, bring peace into these fragile thoughts. With tender love and guiding light, turn my darkness into bright. Mary, hear my pleading cries, lift my burdens to the skies. Mother of hope, I trust in you. Undo the knots and make me new. Teach my hands to trust God's plan, to place my life within His hand. For every knot I cannot see is held in His eternity. Mother who unties the knots, stay with me through all my doubts. Lead me closer to your Son, until my earthly race is run. Mary, gentle, pure and true, all my tangled paths renew. Mother of grace, I run to you. Undo the knots
And here we are. After walking through narrow paths, quiet villages, mangroves, and the winding banks of the Kali River, we have finally reached this view. The great bridge of the Konkan Railway stretching across the river, connecting places, connecting people, connecting journeys. But today's walk was about more than just reaching a beautiful viewpoint. It was a reminder that every road tells a story. Along this journey, we saw fishermen preparing their boats, homes standing quietly along the riverbank, simple lives, quiet strength. And in many ways, their everyday lives reflect something deeper about the human journey. Because every person here is walking their own road. Some roads are easy, some roads carry burdens. And that brings us back to the meaning behind today's reflection, the way of the cross. The journey of Jesus Christ toward the cross was not a road filled with comfort. It was a road of dust, a road of struggle, a road where the weight felt unbearable. And yet, step by step, the journey continued. Walking these paths today reminds us that life itself is a journey very much like that. Sometimes the road is muddy, sometimes the path disappears into mangroves. Sometimes you wonder if the destination is worth the effort. But then you reach a place like this, and suddenly you understand something important. The beauty of the destination is made greater by the difficulty of the journey. Look at this bridge. Every train that crosses it is carrying hundreds of stories. People traveling to work, to family, to dreams waiting somewhere beyond the horizon. And in the same way, each of us is crossing bridges in our own lives. Some bridges are physical, some bridges are emotional, some bridges are spiritual. But every journey requires courage to keep moving forward. The way of the cross reminds us that even the heaviest road can lead to hope, that suffering does not always mean defeat, and that sometimes the hardest journeys reveal the deepest meaning. So as the sun sets over the Kali River tonight, and as the trains continue their long journey across this bridge, remember this. Your road may be difficult today. The path may feel uncertain, but keep walking, because somewhere beyond the mangroves, beyond the hills, beyond the struggles of the road, there is a view waiting for you that will make the journey worthwhile. Thank you for walking this journey with me along the banks of the Kali River, all the way to this incredible view of the Konkan Railway Bridge and the life of this beautiful community. Until the next road, keep walking, keep exploring, and keep believing that every journey has a purpose.